You guys are probably saying, where have you guys been? Are we hiding something? What's up, Royalty Squad? You guys are probably saying, where have you guys been? Have we been working hard? Like, are we hiding like a pregnancy, something crazy? Like, what's been going on? So, you can start by talking to them.
So, yo, it has been a lot
2 months
going on within this last 2 months. Work has been extremely busy.
Yeah.
Very busy.
That's been a blessing, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But that's not all that's been going on. So, first of all, let's start with the good. The good is that we celebrated our 1-year wedding anniversary.
Here are some clips right here.
Our anniversary was amazing, but we sold our previous car the day before her wedding anniversary, and that took a lot of faith because we didn't know how we were going to be able to get another car. And if you guys know the car we had before, this was actually my husband's car. So technically it was ours, yes, but it was my husband's. Like, I didn't drive it or anything because it was manual and I can't drive manual, and it was his, and you know, that was his girl, you know. And we sold her because we knew it was time, and that was a huge adjustment because 1, we had to work, and 2, we had no means of getting around. Thankfully, on our wedding anniversary, my mom actually like loaned us her car so that we could go about and, you know, at least still celebrate. So yeah, that's what you guys saw in the clips. We went out to get some food. My husband gifted me my watch that I wanted for the longest while. What else? We went to breakfast and it was really nice. But then after that, reality kind of set in. We didn't have any way to get around, and I'm not going to go too in depth about it because it's very personal. But in summary, we didn't want to get another car that wasn't what we wanted. We wanted to wait until God's timing, and we didn't know. We went to a lot of places and it just felt like there were always things stopping us from getting it. And God guided me personally on exactly how to go about it, and we are literally sitting right now in answered prayers. Lots of tears, just everything. We are sitting in answered prayers right now. Yeah.
And I believe like this whole journey to having this car has been like a personalized experience packaged for her.
Yes.
To just build her faith with God, you know, because you know, we believe in God, we know God, we walk with God personally, but you know,
and it's so different to say, oh, I serve Jesus, and actually doing it. A lot of people say, oh yeah, I know God, and yeah, I go to church every Sunday or every Saturday, but to actually live for him is different. And it doesn't look like fairies and rainbow. It doesn't look like luxury all the time at every stage, you know.
A lot of tears, yo.
And for the past, I'd be lying if I told you these past 2 months it wasn't full of a lot of tears. For me especially, I was constantly crying out to God, asking God, like, what's next for us? Like, we literally sold, I remember the night we sold the car, I hugged my husband. I looked at him and I was like, what are we gonna do? And he was like, just trust God. And I was like, oh, that's so easy to say, like, but it's not easy to do. And that, like, a whole month after that, we were just searching. Things were just like not working out how we wanted it to. And it was just like a bunch of faith for me and for us with what we do. If you guys are new here, hi, I'm Jamelia, and this is my husband Ronaldo. And I graduated university last year, and we follow God's will for our lives, and now we own a business together. We own a salon together. So
and you guys can see that testimony right here. We're gonna pop it up right here.
Right. So not following just my will or what makes sense was a big chapter for me. I actually had to turn down a potential job offer, and I went with something that was uncertain, which fast forward, I'm so thankful I did. But in the moment, all the times of not being booked up, all the times of crying, all the times of, oh, I want this, I want that, why is it so hard for things to work out my way? And a lot of the time it's so easy for us to like lean on our own understanding. So like for me, I'm a thinker, so I would come to my husband and I'll be like, babe, like if I had done this, or we had easily done this, like this would be so simple, so I felt going too in depth about everything, because the reason, mind you, I'm so open to like sharing testimonies. So I still want to, this whole video is not just about our testimony. This whole video is kind of like keeping up with you guys, like filling you guys in on where we've been for the past 2 months. But it's also like a part of it is just so personal, because my walk with God is so personal, and I asked God, does he want me to just say everything in detail? I would have, bluntly, but without shame. But it's like I never got a response, and I do not want to lean on my own understanding for something so fragile as this, because it's such a big blessing. But I just want to tell you guys, I don't know who needs to hear this, but trust God. Trust God. I know everyone says it. Everyone says put your faith in God. Everyone says, oh, it's not easy. But actually being the one in that position, it's not fair reason. It's not fair reason reimbursed. It's not easy. Sometimes it's actually easier to go and do your own thing than to just do uncertainty. First of all, entrepreneurship is uncertain. Owning a business is uncertain. It's like, it's uncomfortable. You have to go through, and like following God and God's will for your life is uncomfortable. It's only comfortable when he says it's time for you to be more comfortable. So for the past 2 months, my husband and I have been going through blood, sweat, and tears. Straight. Like, we had no transportation to work, and the bus system in Barbados is, you could tell them about that.
It's very horrible, yo. Because like how buses work in Barbados is not like overseas, where you know where the bus is going to be on time. All the buses got AC. It's like the vans in Barbados is squeezed up. They will make you sit down on top of someone else if they could. Like literally, it's that burst. Then the vans hardly have windows, so you can't breathe in the vans. It's horrible. Very, very,
to
very
say
horrible.
the least.
Yeah.
So fast forward.
Walking with God though, it really does not, like, you could easily see the outcome of walking with God and think that, yeah, this is what God, no, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything else that you need will be added. And seeking that kingdom is like, when you look at the world, everything that's around you, you leaving that, you're not doing what the world is doing. It's very easy to follow, because God describes us as sheep. It's very easy to follow other sheep, but he's asking us to follow the shepherd, so you gotta keep your eyes on the shepherd and not do what the sheep are doing, so it's like, it's very complicated. So you can continue. So
at this age, I'm 22 years old, and we have purchased our first vehicle together, and it's such a blessing. 22, my husband is 24, and we are sitting in answered prayer. We're living in answered prayer. But that doesn't mean it was simple. That doesn't mean that God came down and he was like, a gift. Here you go, my child. No. But when you have such an intimate relationship with God, you know when something is from him. These past few months, we haven't been posting because it truly has been challenging. Not having your own transportation is very hard when it comes to small things like grocery shopping, when it comes to date nights, when it comes to what else, babe?
Just getting around. Like we own a business. We gotta buy supplies for the business. You know, it's just so hard.
And it was so easy.
And then we gotta move with all of our stuff
every single
work,
morning.
You know?
Every single morning. So it's like, it was very exhausting. And we also came to a point mentally and emotionally where we could not bring ourselves to bring a camera and vlog. Many times for the past 2 months we've been saying, let's vlog, let's vlog. We have not been in a space where we can vlog.
And if there's one couple that's not gonna fake it,
it's us.
We ain't faking nothing. We ain't trying to make y'all watch us for who we are not. And then we gotta put on this whole facade, this whole show for 20 years, and then this and that. No, you know the real us right now.
Yes. And we are very excited to be posting. You're so clowny. Like, bro, we are very excited to be posting again. We truly missed you guys. So these past 2 months of us missing have honestly been us walking on a very faithful journey with God. Secondly, it taught us character, especially me. Some things I never had to do my whole life, thankfully, but I had to experience. But it allowed me to have another level of appreciation for where God has brought us right now. Where God has brought us right here in this car. It has brought us another level of appreciation.
And as God does not necessarily cause bad things to happen, you know, God is good. Correct. Everything that is from Him is good. What He does is He crafts, shapes, and He uses all of the bad so that we can learn something from it. And He did that with this experience for these 2 months, you know. As much bad as it was, there was a lot of good that we've seen in it.
Yes.
There's a lot of good that He's used through it.
We've had a lot of bad. We've had a ZR driver, which is basically like a mini bus for you people in the US and Canada. It's like a very small version to a bus. It's a van. And we've been put off in the bush when the bus stop is right there, on a bad day that we're already having and it's hot outside. We got into ZR, and as soon as we step in, before we could even sit, another van hits into it, and then my husband hit his head on the roof. Yeah, that was tough. What else happened? We've struggled with getting from the supermarket. Taxi drivers have been crazy. They almost like murdered our neighbor's little kitty, harmed our neighbor's kitty. Let me censor that for you too.
Almost harmed us as well.
And almost harmed us because he was a very bad driver. And y'all, this ride was expensive. I literally had to say something. I was like, what are you doing? The cat, you know? And it's like, I don't want to say exactly what I said. Not that but I don't want to say it for, you know, right. But basically I was like, what are you doing? And he looks back at me.
That's just one of the rides.
He looks back at me. He's like, oh, I didn't harm the cat. I mean, thank God. What do you mean? You know, it was a lot. And through that hardship, we have also experienced many good. You know, we met amazing people along the way. You know, we've had many blessings. I mean, even us being able to record in our vehicle is a blessing, and it's just surreal. And we plan to be very consistent. We plan to be, know that God has blessed us with the means, as in like we could mentally be here. I'm not talking about the physical blessings. I'm talking about mentally. We are finally to a place mentally where we can vlog and we could live again. We are so happy to record our memories together that we could always look back on, and one day our children will look back on. And yeah, so basically, yeah, we're not hiding a pregnancy or nothing, whatever. And it was nothing drastic that we wanted to hide or anything. Although in the future, I don't think that would be something that we would not just go on YouTube just for that. We would just hide it and vlog. I mean, y'all, like I'm sitting here, y'all can't even see my stomach. How would y'all know? How would y'all know until I'm ready to tell y'all? Food for thought, you know, the anyways, unless, you know, like people on YouTube be like inspectors, though, they be like, oh, your nose is looking a little swollen, like you breathing a little heavy. Like,
those be these true fans though. We gotta see if we got
they be the true supporters.
You know, that,
yeah, I don't
that watch all of us from day one to know these slight difference
in our voice. Yeah. If you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button. We are We're gonna be very consistent, but we can't continue without you guys' support. We need your support. Like,
we
literally.
need y'all to interact. Stop watching the vlogs
And not interacting.
Not saying anything, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all, we had an experience. We don't get a lot of comments on the vlogs, but we were like in a gas station, and then this lady was like, you know, when you don't hear me responding to your messages or something, I can't remember exactly what she said, but I'm watching these people here, and I was like,
I didn't know you watch.
You know, like, how would we know
Yeah, we need you
if
guys
y'all don't say anything?
Yes, we need you guys to comment. We need you guys to like and interact. And yeah, we're about to go do some work and then head home. So, you have anything else you want to tell the people?
Look out for more buyers. Look out for more videos.
We're lit out here. We're lit out here.
I see a lot of people on YouTube do pranks. It's like, I want to do pranks on my wife, but I don't like to do, like, although it is a laughter for some people, you know, I don't want you to have to deal with that, because it don't just disappear because you say it's a prank. Right. You know, and I don't like to like put fear, unnecessary fear and all this crap that people are doing. So we're gonna find something different, even if it's like very, very subtle pranks. But
well, we could still do pranks, but it doesn't have to be anything like what you see other people doing, because we will be original. You know, it'll be whatever we know our significant other will be comfortable with. You know, and it's gonna be real. Like, and that's another thing, it's very hard to set up real pranks with your partner that you have been together with for basically almost 8 years.
Any like off actions, any off moves, you're like, yeah, you up to something, you know, like, what are you doing? Yep. So we're not finna fake that. Yep. We can't. So yeah. But anyways, you guys, without further ado, we are without further ado, you guys, we are peace.